Happy Wednesday, girls and boys. I hope you got through that last assignment. I'm not going to be showing answers because there were mixed up answers at the bottom. If you had any trouble, please send me an email and let me know which problems you had, and I will be happy to help you through with that. All right, so we're going to be doing today video 14, page 291, I believe 292. And again, when I talk about labeling, of course, these pages need to be labeled, like this 292, label it 14A, goes with video, assignment 14. Page 293, which I didn't label, so you please put that, the one with 60 students, that is 14B. But the labeling that I always talk about in the videos is when your parents send an email. When they send an email, the subject, the blank where you put that information, make sure that you put video 14 work. You don't need that dash, but maybe a dash right here, or just a space. Video 14 work, and then your name. So that should go here. So when I'm looking for everybody's assignment 14, I just need to put in a 14, and everybody should pop up. Again, or you may label it video 14, page P291, and your first name again. All right, so this is going to be short today because I'm not going to be doing a lot of problems. We're getting near the end of this chapter, which is exciting because you have been doing very well with multiplication and division of fractions. So proud of you. The big thing today, again, this is starting the review. The answers, I think I have too many answers, I don't know why, are down here. So you need to be checking those. And on the back, let me talk about that since that's on my mind. For these word problems here, the answers are down here. You need to add a 10. And of course, email me if I got any wrong or am missing some. So if anybody else has a question, I could respond to that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And this is how I want you to show the work. You will show all steps. There is no mental math. If there is no work, there is no credit. I have to grade it. I'm not going to be sending it back to you. Just please follow instructions the first time around. And I will know if you're following instructions by the work that you have done on the problems that I have shown. So let's start with this one right here. So this one has the of. This is the only shortcut I will let you take, is you can go ahead and put a time sign right here. And I'm actually going to rewrite this one so my problem is nice and clean. And here's the big thing that you need to show on this assignment and the next test is that you are reducing if you can. So 6 into 6 is 1, and I can just leave that slash as a 1. And 24 divided by 6 is 4. And then multiply straight across. And 20 divided by 1, I'll let you go ahead and just put the 20. So the answer is 20. I'm just doing one on that section. That's it. So again, find your answer at the bottom and cross it off. I'll go over to maybe this one. So let's look at this. What do you do first? If you said check plus, you are correct. So it's going to be check plus. There's no dizzy division, so there's no flipping. So go ahead and do your check plus, which is 7 times 8 is 56, plus 1 is 57 over 8. The next one is 2 times 4 is 8, plus the 3 is 11 over 4. And then again, so you have this room here. You have room right under the problem that you could do it. So just make sure that your work is neat. Again, there's no dizzy division. Oh my goodness, I'm glad I chose this one. Oh, I didn't even look at these before. This is not a fun one. Did I multiply correctly? 56 plus 1 is 57. 2 times 4 is 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes. And I thought, oh, maybe there's a dizzy division. We cross off the 4 and the 8. Nope. So this one, there's nothing that can reduce because the factors of 4 are 2 and 2. There's no 2 there. This is an even number. Nothing goes into it. So there is a little bit of work. So I'm going to actually go down here, because I said, maybe I didn't say, but you don't have to use your spiral. So I'm going to go down here and finish this number 3 up. So the first thing we have to do is go 57 times 11. So again, use this space here. This one is not pretty. I'm so sorry. All right, so that makes sure that you show what you got here. I got 627 over 8 times 4 is what? Is 32. And on these big numbers, again, we already know nothing goes into anything, so this cannot be reduced. We just need to divide 627 divided by 32. And when we do have the test, you probably will have one like this that you cannot do it mentally. So again, I'm going to take this down to the bottom, and I'm going to do 627 divided by 32. And 2 of those is 64, so it won't go in twice. So it doesn't go into the 6, it goes into this once. I hope this is easy. 1 times 32 is 32. Subtract, and then bring down. So how are we going to figure out how many times 32 goes into that? Well, if you think 30, 30, 30 is 90. So three of those go into 100. And how many hundreds do you have? You've got 3 of them. So 3 in every 100 times 3, it looks like it's going to go 9. Or I'm going to cover this up, cover up the 2, cover up the 7, and 3 goes into that 30 10 times, but we know we can't put a 10, so I would go down 1 and try 9. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go 32. All of this work must be shown. You can't just all of a sudden mentally get this. So work must be shown. And again, you should copy this exactly how I'm doing it. Some people are not copying some of the things and they're not getting full points. Those of you that are doing it correctly are. So this is 27, 28. And I'm just going to check. Well, no, I can't. It can't be 10. I can't put 2 numbers. It has to be that 9. And 9 times that is 288. It takes me 12 to get to 300, and then 7 more. 12 and 7 is 19. So my final answer, it went in 19 whole times. My remainder was a 19, so I put my remainder there. Divided by, if I could have kept dividing, I would have divided by the 32. So that's going to be 19 and 13 over, 19 and 19 over 32. And let's double check, because that was a big one. Oh my goodness, good thing it's there. 19 and 19 over 32. So you go ahead and cross off yours. I hate to do any more of these because I want you to be able to reduce. This is going to be 14 and 19. This is going to be 15, 18. I think this is going to be 1 just like this one. Let's see if this one. On this one you're going to end up with 9 over 2. And I know that that 9 is going to be able to be reduced with this 3 once you do your check plus. So again, make sure you are using those reducing steps. So let's go ahead. I think on this first section, I think all of them can be reduced somehow. On this section, only 2 of them can be reduced somehow. So if it can't be reduced, then you can go straight across. And that's it. That's all you have to do on that one. Okay. Then on the bottom, on this part, again, this is probably the easiest part to say. I know you can do it mentally, but will you get credit for it mentally? No, because I have to see the whole entire process. So it's going to be dizzy division, 10, change that to a multiplication, and flip 4 over 1. And then I'm going to put a 1 under that and go straight across. Have I had that? Hold on a second. I need to move this little. Okay. Then 10 times 4 is 40, divided by 1 is 40. And please box off your answers. Makes it quicker when I'm grading this. And find your answer 40, and there it is, and you cross it off. So that's how you're going to do those. Again, look at my work. That is what you need to show. No shortcuts, no mental math for the whole entire thing. And we're almost done. Right. Then this one you're going to do on your own. How many packages will there be? A 4-pound package of peanuts is divided into 1/4 pound packages. What is going to be divided and what is not going to be divided? So remember, what is going to be divided goes first. It's usually the total that you have divided by the parts that are not going to be divided. So I'm going to let you do that one. Number 3, how many beads will it take to weigh 1 pound? Each bead on a necklace weighs 1/2 ounce. How many beads will it take to weigh 1 pound, or 16 ounces? Okay, so we have to change that pound into ounces. And so they're going to say change this 1 pound into 16 ounces. So here, what is the total? Is the total that 1 bead, or is the total the 16 ounces? And if you said 16, you are correct. So I'm just going to draw a little picture. Here is my total of 16 ounces. And 1 bead is 1/2 ounce. Another bead is 1/2 ounce. Another bead is 1/2 ounce. Well, if I knew how many I had, I could take 1/2 times, I could take the number that I have times 1/2, and I'd come up to 16. But I don't know how many. So if it's not multiplication, it has to be, you guessed it, but I'm not going to say. I want you to go ahead and do it. Then, again, think about what's not being divided up. Are those beads being divided up? Oh, no. So I'm just going to tell you that. So this one is, what is the length of the sign? Tina's making a sign to advertise the school play. The width of the sign is 2 2 2/3 feet. The length is 4.5 times as much. They should be clear. It's 4.5 times as much as the width. Times. So what's going to be bigger? Do you think the width is going to be bigger or the length? Well, if you said the length, you are right, because it's 4.5 times the size of the width. I'm going to let you work that one out. That's pretty easy. And the last one, and I think I'm going to wrap this one up under 15 minutes. All right, here we go. So how many pieces can be cut? He has got 8 yards. This is a good one. 8 yards. And he's going to cut it up into 3/4 inch pieces. If he cuts up the twine into equal pieces of 3/4, how many pieces of that size? All pieces must be that size. If you end up with an answer like 4 3/4, he would have 4 of that size, because the 3/4 or the 1/7 or whatever you get, like for example, let me say that again. So if I work this out and I get 4 1/3, well, how many full pieces is that? The full pieces would be 4, because 1/3 is not a full piece. So remember that when you are doing this problem. So anyway, all of these are 3/4, another 3/4, another 3/4. Who knows what we're doing? If you said we're dividing this twine up, you are correct. So you need to see what's being cut up, what's being divided, that goes first. And then what's going to be staying the same, that's going to go second. Now, one other thing, and last couple times I converted it for you. I'm not doing it this time. All of these are feet. But wait a second, this is in yards. Can you think what you might need to do with this? All right, so that's going to be one of your first steps, to do something with that, so you'll be able to finish the problem. Again, All work must be shown. If there is a division, you cannot do your leave, change, flip. Before you write the original problems using these numbers, do the original problem using these numbers, and no mental work at any time. Do the original problem using these numbers and the correct setup. Was it a division problem? Was it a multiplication? Again, if it's a division, you can't show me the first step being a multiplication. You can't do the leave, change, flip in your head and then write down, because you will not get full credit. So as much as you want to take shortcuts, it will shortcut your grade. So let's not have that happen. Okay, girls and boys, because I know you're smart and you want 100. Alrighty, that is it. So again, get your assignment in as soon as you complete it, and keep pace. If you're behind a couple, then you may have to do assignment today and another one tomorrow to make up one of the back assignments. Don't let that happen to you. Please keep up. And we're done for the day. Have a good time. Shouldn't take you too long. See you on Friday.